News First, face to face with Jamal Ratnayaka.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's edition of Face to Face, coming to you from our Newsfirst studios here in Colombo. I'm Jamal Ratnayaka for the Newsfirst team. And as always, today we have a very interesting guest in our studios. He is a community leader. He is someone who has been very vociferous about the rights and also the upliftment and the development of Tamil communities in Sri Lanka. Although he represents the Western Province and the Colombo district, he is a member of parliament and also has been very outspoken about the entire Tamil fraternity in Sri Lanka. My guest tonight is Member of Parliament Mano, who is also the leader of the Tamil Progressive Alliance and a part of the Samagi Janabala Vega as well. A very good evening to you, Mr.
Good
Ganesan.
evening, Jamal. Hi, how are you?
Doing good, and how are you?
Fine. Really so.
So, Mr. Ganesan, to get things rolling, I want to ask you about Sri Lanka's law and order side of things, because we have been seeing very concerning and disturbing reports of mistaken identities, of misfirings by the police. The very people who are supposed to defend the general public are engaging in these sort of very mistaken acts and these sort of very ignorant acts, if I may put it that way. And we know that there's a Yukti operation going on as well. So against such a backdrop, something like this coming into the spotlight is not a very good omen for the Sri Lanka police, don't you think?
My good friend Tiranalas, because I don't think police will intentionally kill somebody, but this mistaken. That is also wrong, no? Obviously, that's one thing. I think today morning the bad news from South.
From Beliatta.
This is one of the party leader. Obviously.
Ape Janabala Paksha leader.
Ape Janabala Paksha. Ape Janabala Paksha when it was killed, because Janabala is the name identifies with other parties also. No? Janabala Begi and Samagi Janabala Begi also. So we got upset about it.
So many synonyms.
And yesterday, mistaken identity of the underworld elements. So some came to the body and fired at somebody. Too bad. I think my good friend Tirana should take care. I believe so. I hope so, because law and order is very essential. Without law and order, you can't build a country. Whether it is Ranil Vikram Singh or Haji Premadass or Anurag Zahanayaka, I believe so.
Right. So, where do you see this going now? When Operation Yuktiya was launched, there was much pomp and speech about it. There's a lot of ruckus about it, that it was going to come down hard on organized crime and narcotics and so on. And the minister and also the acting IGP were very hands-on in all of the operations. But while that is still ongoing, we are seeing motorcycle gunmen going and shooting people down in broad daylight. We are seeing motorcycle gunmen going and shooting people down in very public areas without any sort of second guessing. So, is there really law and order in this country at present, Mr. Ganesan?
It looks negative, because we have our reservations on the acting IGP. Obviously, we have made it clear in the parliament and elsewhere. But that apart, now I need. I don't want to just totally accuse Tiranalas, my good friend, minister, and the IGP also. If they're doing Yuktiya, go ahead, put more forces and clean up. Because this underworld and the drug mafia had been tolerated in this country for a long time, quite a long time. It's too bad, because it has reached the schools. In my district, Colombo, schools. It has reached schools, international schools. Government schools, other private schools, it has gone into the schools, children. So we can't tolerate. The parents are very much worried. So therefore, it has to. They have to act, because now we can't keep complaining and tell them not to act and not to do this, not to do that. Now let them do that. Let us see. Now they just started. I mean, it's one and a half months gone. Let us give some more months. Let's see how it's going to happen.
How it pans
Sometimes
out.
this motorcycle gunmen coming out and shooting at each other or the innocent people. Also maybe outcome of that, because when you hit at cell, then the people who are hiding in the cell will come out. So let us give the benefit of the doubt. Obviously. So I believe Tiranalas would be hearing me, listening to me. They said I'm giving the benefit of the doubt.
Right. So he gives the Minister of Public Security the benefit of the doubt. But let's talk about some of the legislation that has been coming into Parliament and making its way into the chambers. We saw a couple of weeks ago how Minister Vijaydas Rajapaksa presented the new and improved version of the TPA, the PTA, the Prevention of Terrorism Act. We are also hearing that the online safety bill is going to be presented to Parliament in the coming days. So, in your opinion, do you believe that all of these laws and all of these regulations that are yet to pass but are being brought forward by the government are regressive or progressive?
What is the immediate urgency? These laws. I don't know why the government of Ranil Wickremesinghe, our former Prime Minister, current President, why this urgency?
And your long-standing friend.
Obviously. I have been with him for the last 20 years. All of us, I mean, not only me, even Sajid Premadas, our opposition leader, our alliance leader today, all were with him, because we know him better than those in the port tour.
Right. Yes.
So, we fail to understand why Mr. Wickremesinghe regime or government, headed by him, this is the head of the state, head of the government, is so what is the urgency of these?
Was there any sort of consultation?
Yes, consultation is happening. Even tomorrow also we will be, our opposition will be convening in the morning. We will discuss, and also we hope to meet the speaker tomorrow morning, early morning.
Right.
Delegation will be chaired by Sajid Premadas.
Right.
We are doing it. So we will not back down. We will speak and we will oppose. What is there to oppose?
Right.
Because now, right now, due to the IMF conditions, IMF terms and conditions, the people are facing a lot of difficulties. Obviously, that's one thing that we'll discuss later.
Right.
But then, due to that, sometimes the people may come out to the streets, or the trade unions may come out to the street.
They will make their frustrations known.
So, is the government preparing to put down people or oppress people, oppress the opposition? I don't know, because that is, I advise the people, I advise the government, president, not to do that. Instead of doing that, come out and talk to the people, explain the people, tell them, have consultation with the people. You are having consultation in the parliament, obviously we are doing it, but you come and talk to the people directly, tell them situation,
yes,
and get proposals from them. Other thing is, the government is, though Ranil Wickremesinghe is the head of the government,
right,
but government is a port tour government, no?
Yes.
So that port tour is, people hate port tour. Obviously, we saw this.
Right.
We saw in the country. They voted down a port tour president,
right,
chased him away.
Okay.
So we need a change. Unless until there is a change, no national, international confidence will be there towards the government.
Towards Sri Lanka. So you spoke about oppression and you spoke about change. Let's focus first on oppression and racial harmony also. The Tamil community in Sri Lanka has faced a lot of oppression, they have faced a lot of injustice, and there have been instances where there have been a selective application of the law, especially aimed towards communities like the Tamils or the Muslims and so on, and you represent that community, you're a champion of that, of their voice. So what sort of steps have you been taking to ensure that Sri Lanka is a more inclusive country with equal justice for all of its citizens?
Jamal, I am representing the oppressed, whether it's Tamils or Sinhalese or Muslims or Buddhists or Hindus or Christians or people who follow the path of Islam. I represent Sri Lankan people, and especially, particularly the oppressed within the Sri Lankan community. Now, Tamils in this country, whether it's northern east or up country, hill country or northern east, we are very much ready to come into the Sri Lankan nationalist radius. That is what we want.
Right.
We have to enhance the Sri Lankanism in this country. There we have failed. You know why? Now, instead of before answering your question directly, I tell you something else.
Okay.
Now, you know, there is a dream in this country always to make Sri Lanka Singapore, isn't it?
Yes.
Obviously. In fact, the irony is, in 60s, the Singapore founder, Lee Kuan Yew, my great, I admire him very much, my idol, yeah. And then he said, we wanted to become Ceylon.
He modelled Singapore after Sri Lanka.
Ceylon, that was, the time it was Ceylon. But now they are bypassed in the highway and gone away. Okay, now we wanted to become Sri Lanka, sorry, Singapore.
Yes.
That slogan came up during the, when J.R. Jabardhan took up the presidency.
Okay, 1978.
So, even now people talk about Singapore as a model country, but those people who speak about Singapore as a model fail to understand how Lee found and established Singapore. Because You see, Singapore is similar to Sri Lanka.
Right.
So somewhat way, the
blend of ethnicities.
Blend of population.
Right. Okay.
76% of the people are Chinese.
Right.
About 8% are Tamils.
Okay.
Rest are Malays.
Right.
So, but Lee did not establish as Chinese country.
Okay.
Got it? He didn't establish Chinese country. He established Singapore. He didn't announce about law saying that Chinese language, Mandarin,
yes,
is the official language, only official language,
yes,
like Sinhala only.
Yes.
Mandarin only.
That was
language
not announced.
Is not so. In Singapore, from then onwards, Chinese, Malay and Tamil, all three official languages.
It's inclusive.
Inclusive. So that's how we established Singapore. That's what it is, a model country today. But what we did, we wanted to become Singapore, but we bought Sinhala only, and then Buddhism only. What is this? Now this country is necessarily a multi-ethnic, multi-religious, multilinguistic country. The diversity should be celebrated. Singapore, they celebrate diversity. Yeah, diversity, they get scared of diversity. Now, I speak, you have seen me,
yes,
in the channels, I speak Sinhala. Sinhala is a very beautiful language. Very beautiful language. I love speaking Sinhala. They say, my Sinhalese friends love me speaking Sinhala. They love my Sinhala. The pronunciation is, they say it's very attractive.
Yes.
Obviously, because now, numerically, the Sinhalese are the numerical majority.
Yes.
The Buddhists are the numerical majority.
Yes.
It is not going to change. Nobody can change. Even if somebody try to change it, I will be the first person to come on the street and fight against it. Because I love Sinhala and Buddhism.
Yes.
Obviously. So, but 75 is not 100, Jamal.
There's another segment.
Let us say it is 99. It is not 100. You need another 1 more. So, Singapore, 76, 24 is non-Chinese. So, put together 100. So, Singapore is a great country. So, that's it. There we have failed. So, at least now, let us learn from our past mistakes. Move forward. Now what I say, now after the Aragalaya, anti-corruption, the youngsters,
yes,
like you all, I'm also young,
and including you to a certain extent, yes, for sure.
So youngsters, young men and women, Sri Lankans, who were very much against corruption. They cannot tolerate corruption, any corruption. So the whole country is against corruption. But I just want to add something else. Not only corruption, the communalism also. What I say is defeating corruption and communalism. If these are taken care with equal footing, with zero tolerance, all other factors will fall in line. This is my tweet I made last week. So I'm reading from my tweet. So all other factors will fall in line. If you take communalism and defeating communalism and corruption together, and then all other things will fall in line. So, but both in equal footing with zero tolerance against communalism, zero tolerance against corruption.
So, over the years, talking about communalism and creating rifts between ethnicities, Mr. Ganesan, we've seen certain political parties, when it comes towards election seasons, they have used this. They have used the popular vote to try and create rifts between certain ethnicities, the Sinhalese and the Tamils, or the Sinhalese and the Muslims, and so on. And we are coming towards a very interesting stage in Sri Lanka's political trajectory later this year, when there's a presidential election and hopefully another general election as well. So there is no assurance to say that certain political parties or players will not go down this route once more to try and divide and conquer. But what is the SJB's answer towards it? I want to get a more flavor of the SJB's opinion of it. How will you steer clear from all these racial and ethnic tensions to ensure that there is a more inclusive society?
SJB is headed by Sajid Premadasa. He is a comparatively young leader.
Right. How are you lobbying for it?
Yeah, obviously. Obviously, I'll be talking to him. We are talking to him. I'm a party leader within the alliance. So, talking to him. So, he appears to me as the best leader who, in the issue of national integration,
right,
and he considers Sri Lanka as a multi-ethnic, multilinguistic, multi-religious country. And diversity is a thing to celebrate, not to think to worry about it. Inclusive policy, not exclusive.
Right.
I mean, this country cannot be anymore a Sinhala Buddhist only country.
Right.
Sinhala Buddhist should be there.
Yes.
With Sinhala there's Tamil and Muslim.
Yes.
And with Buddhism there's Hinduism, in Islam and Christianity.
Yes.
So this is what we should look at. That is what we call diversity. Diversity should be celebrated.
Yes.
So I think, to my knowledge, as I understand, Sajid Premadasa is has accepted that policy. So let us go forward.
Right.
Yeah. Now we can't. Now Jamal. Now we can't seek the best anywhere. We can only see better than this. But this leader is better than that leader. That leader is better than this leader. Better. So if the better leader we choose may become best leader. Who knows?
Right.
Who knows? We'll have a lead in this country.
Right. So let's talk about the current leader, who is also your longtime friend, President Ranil Wickremesinghe. Historically, he has been known as someone who championed the voice of the voiceless, who has advocated for human rights, and they've used to call him Mr. Clean and so on. But now there seems to be a certain ideological shift ever since he became the president. Do you believe that something has changed in his mind?
I don't know. This right person to answer this question is Mr. Ranil Wickremesinghe himself. Anyway, I told you I'm surprised at some of his activities, to see some of his activities. But let's hope for the best. Now, he was the person who signed a ceasefire agreement with LTT.
Right.
And stop the guerrilla war for time being.
At the time.
And then that ceasefire agreement weakened LTT. In fact, when after that Rajapaksa came and at the final war, but final war was helped by the ceasefire period.
Right.
Ceasefire period, during the ceasefire period, LTT was weakened very much.
Right.
And that helped Rajapaksa to complete the war.
Right.
Because it is like a relay race baton. The last baton was taken forward by Rajapaksa.
Right.
But the previous batons were held by Ranil Wickremesinghe. So
he started the race.
Yeah, it is. Anyway,
he started the race, is what you're saying.
That's in the past now. So now, but war is over, but ethnic issue is not over. The reasons, root causes which caused the war, for the armed struggle, for terrorism, for state terrorism, what do we call? There was LTT terrorism, there was state terrorism both.
As well, yes.
As it was there in the 1980s also.
Yes.
State terrorism and non-state terrorism.
Take Black July.
So all these reasons are still there. But war is over. But just because war is over, the guns are silent. You must not.
But we can't hark on the fact that the war is over if there is no justice or there is no ethnic harmony in the country, right, Mr. Ganesan?
That's what I call Mr. Ranil Wickremesinghe, or any other, for that matter, any leader, but Ranil Wickremesinghe as a president right now. So he should see that he should use this opportunity to bend the minds and hearts of the Tamil community, or the Muslim community, or the non-Sinhala Buddhist community. Obviously, I don't say that Sinhalese Buddhists, my good friends, my brethren, they have no friends, no issues. They have issues. There are unique issues for Sinhalese faced by them.
Yes.
There are unique issues faced by Tamils. There are unique issues faced by Muslims also.
Right.
So all Sri Lankans face unique issues, different communities, but we will take everything into account and address them. Instead of talking only.
So in order for him to do that, to win the hearts and minds of non-Buddhists, especially the Tamil communities, what do you think he should do? Do you think that he should fully implement the 13th Amendment? Do you think that he should call everyone for a nationwide talk and seek what their problems are? So I'm just trying to gauge what sort of solutions he has.
I'll tell you.
Well.
Now, he has been calling all of us to talks now. He has held, two or three APC, all party conferences.
Yes.
But I think out of 3 or 2 or 1, my party was a participated.
Right.
Okay. Then again, but even now next month, now I saw the preparations for the Independence celebrations.
Day.
The Gold Road I saw. So
new traffic plan and all of that. Yes.
Mr. Wickremesinghe said on record, he said by 2023, April. February 4th, that is Independence Day. By that time, he would bring out a solution to the national issue. He said, he's saying that only convened all-party conference. End of 22, immediately when he became Prime Minister, President. Fine. But it didn't happen, no. So now, only thing he can do is, let us talk about 13th Amendment, full implementation otherwise. But there are no provincial councils now, no.
Yes.
I met him last year, when the parliament was ending, 2 days before the ending, I met him in his office in the parliament. I met him straight away, one-to-one. I told him to conduct provincial councils at least only for the northern eastern provinces.
Right.
I mean, he said he can't conduct provincial council elections for the whole 9 provinces.
Entire country, yes.
But that is fine. Work fine. Some reasons we may not accept, but at least he has his discretion, no?
Yes.
But at least you conduct this.
Yes.
By that you can win the hearts and minds of the Tamil people and win their confidence. He didn't do that. He has not done that so far. He said he said no, but he was just listening to me. I said conduct that at least north and eastern provinces,
yes.
2 provinces,
yes.
and establish a provincial mechanism there that will give some confidence. The new generation
yes.
of Tamils there are ready to contest elections now. So new generations will come in, not the old guards. Old guards are going now.
Right.
You can see
yes.
old guards are going now.
Yes, yes, we'll come to that.
Youngsters are coming now. So they will be the part of the Northern Provincial Council administration. Elected administration, not governors.
Right.
Let governors be in the offices. Governors cannot rule. Governors are officials.
Yes,
they are not
they are
elected
by the president.
personal. They are only officials.
Selected.
Okay. Elected. That is what he called legitimacy. Then Eastern Provinces like that. And then the other issue is the Ilkandi Tamil community, especially plantation. Ilkandi Tamil community, about 1.5 million are living in this country. So within which about half of the 50% of them are still living in the plantations.
Yes.
So in his budget speech, he positively said, we will give 10 purchased land to every family in the plantations.
Yes.
Good. And also he said he marked 4 billion rupees. That is 400 crores.
Yes.
Normal language, no?
Yes,
400 crores.
4 billion rupees.
Yes, no?
Yes.
4 crores. And he gave a proposal. So he didn't state that such proposals under allocated such proposal, the amount and the proposal under any ministry, but it was under him only.
Under the presidential
there
secretariat.
Is land ministry,
right.
my good friend Arin Fernando was doing, and the Mahinda Amaraveer is the plantation minister, no, the state infrastructure minister,
yes.
not only any minister. I said, yeah, that's good, because if you leave it to any ministers, they'll do politics. Take it under yourself. Start issuing land, 10 purchased land every household in the plantations, 10 purchased for the housing purpose.
Is there progress?
And that's it. I'm just telling you. Now, some people say, talk about, traditionally in plantation, they talk about the building houses and handing over.
Right.
There is already Indian housing program, Sri Lankan housing program. So their funds should come from India.
Yes.
There is bureaucracy will delay. There is bureaucracy delays now. So now I said, don't build houses. Give the land only now. Now I have spoken to people. There are some families, at least sizable number of families, 50% of families are ready to put up their own houses, provided they have land.
They have a land to their name.
Youngsters who are families in the plantations, working in Colombo, elsewhere, some in the Middle East, they have money. So they say, sir, get us land.
We will invest.
And also I told President very categorically, do this program through the district DCCs.
Right, district coordinating
committees, not under any ministry. Fine, no. Now see, these people are, plantations are spread over 12 districts. Colombo, Kalatara, Kagol, Ratnapura, Kandy, Matale, Badulla, Nurelia, Monaragala, Gaul, Matara, and Kurnagala. See, it comes directly from my mouth. I'm not reading from a paper.
Naturally.
It's there. So you should do. So if you do these things, Mr. President, you can win the minds and hearts of the people, and you can win the votes also. It may be lost to us. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I can go home, but you can rule the country.
So talking about winning the minds and hearts, especially in terms of securing parliamentary power, we saw another interesting matter that took place where the ITAC's leadership changed last week, and Mr. Sridharan, I believe, became the leader.
He elected yesterday
as the leader of the ITAC.
Yeah.
And that is a case of the old guard changing and a new face coming in, a new leadership, a new vision. So will the SJB or the Samagijana Alliance approach the ITAC for further future elections to maybe strike up a deal and to join hands?
I don't know. It is too early to say that. Anyway, I make this opportunity to express my good lucks, pass my greetings to Mr. Sridharan. Sivajanam Sridharan, leader of the Ilangai Tamil Arasa Katchi. Good luck to you. Fine. And then again, Samagijana Balevege, Samagijana Sandhanaya, SJB Alliance. So, we striking a deal with ITAC, it is too early to say that, because now there are other parties also, no? There are so many other parties, not only ITAC, there are other parties also. But we have our stance. The SJB Alliance has its own stance regarding the national issue. So I was explaining you about it. So we will talk to them. We will talk to anybody, any party, all the parties. There are Muslim parties. Muslim people do have issues. Muslim Congress represents them, and all Ceylon People's Congress represents them. Yes. So we will talk to everybody. Right. All should come into the Sri Lankan radius. There is high time for that. we should forget about the being Sinhalese, being Tamils, or being Muslims. First of all, we must think that we are Sri Lankans. That is the way forward.
Right.
March forward.
Right. Thinking as Sri Lankans together, getting rid of corruption and also communalism is the way forward for Sri Lanka, and that is the message that is being impressed on by our guest for tonight, Member of Parliament Mano Ganesan, who is representing the Samagizana Balavega and is also a leader of the Tamil Progressive Alliance. Thank you very much for joining me and sharing your candid views this evening, Mr. Ganesan.
Thank you very much, Jamal. Very nice to be with you.
And that's the way it was on Face to Face this evening. Do take care and have yourselves a great Monday night.